Welcome to our news updates. Donald Trump likes to put his name on everything except his taxpayer-funded post-presidential office here on North Flagler Drive. Trump's website does not list the address, which is about a 10-minute drive from his Mar-a-Lago club. The nameplate on the hallway wall is blank. There is no official or unofficial seal on the frosted glass door. And the Trump name, a brand the former president values in billions of dollars, is nowhere to be found. It is so secret that its spokesman claimed not to know of its existence. "I've never heard of an office in North Flagler," spokesman Stephen Cheung said when NBC News asked about the suite on Wednesday. "But it's here, across from an IRS suite, with a door marked Criminal Investigations, and a floor below an outpost for Trump's Secret Service." 3 sources confirmed the location of the office. Before we continue, please support us by clicking on the subscription button and turn the notification bell for more updates. Under the former President's Act, the Federal General Services Administration provides funds for post-presidential offices, including money for staffing. There are reasons, including security reasons, why some former presidents like their offices less than Bill Clinton did when he moved into the space on West 125th Street in Harlem more than 2 decades ago. What's special about this suite is that it played a little-noticed role in Trump's affairs when he took the unusual step of seeking a return to the White House after his defeat in 2020. It appears that it housed classified material and was registered by a private company headed by Trump's lawyers, according to a person familiar with Trump's operation. Bank cash registers remained stacked against the wall and in the center of the main room long after that inspection, according to 2 sources familiar with the office. "Boxes everywhere," one of the sources said. "The condition of this office is generally disorganized. If there were no boxes and containers, I would think something happened. There is no evidence that Trump used this position himself. It's not clear what's currently in the boxes, and it's not clear if he knows what's inside." In June, Trump pleaded not guilty in federal court in Miami to charges of illegally withholding and hiding classified documents after he left the White House. A spokesman for Special Prosecutor Jack Smith declined to comment on what prosecutors know about the office and its contents. Beyond the case of classified documents, Trump's unique triple role as former president, candidate, and defendant raises questions about whether and how his aides separate their duties. Several Trump employees on the payroll of his Save America Political Action Committee, his 2024 presidential campaign, or both have worked in the post-presidential office since it opened 2 years ago, according to campaign finance records and people familiar with the office. Cheung did not respond to a follow-up email requesting details about the office and its operations, including whether employees on Trump's political payroll who worked there also received payments from the government or a private entity outside of the campaign receive. According to election finance experts, it is possible for a person to split their time between campaigning and government work. For example, most executive branch employees, including political appointees, can engage in certain partisan political activities outside of their jobs, as long as they do not draw on government resources. And it could be that Trump's advisors are careful not to mix political work with official business. However, there is a strict ban on carrying out political functions while in government or in a building or room used by the government. It is unclear what steps Trump is taking to create a barrier between official and campaign business for advisors on his political payroll. The general rule is that you definitely cannot do political work in your government office, even if dual duties are permitted, and even if it is performed without pay in one or both jobs, said a former Federal Commission election official attorney who asked to remain anonymous to discuss the Trump situation. "It's pretty close to an iron rule. Most former presidents don't have to think about running a legal defense and presidential campaign, while their advisors respond to correspondence from fans and dignitaries. Donald Trump is the first former president of our time to run for re-election. At the same time, his political fundraising committees donate money to his personal legal defense," said presidential historian Michael Beschloss. Since Nixon's difficult and much criticized first months in office, former American presidents have adhered to fairly strict traditions and practices, Beschloss said. Such practices would not include non-government officials using American taxpayer-funded office space and services to run a former president's campaign or to work on his private legal defense if any of these things were to occur. Political payroll as Trump in when he was caught packing and leaving the White House in January 2020, His staff rushed to collect the items he wanted to take with him and send them to various locations, including Mar-a-Lago and a temporary transition office in the Washington suburbs. Near the end of the 6-month transition process, Trump advisors worked with the GSA to move the suburban Washington office to West Palm Beach. Kathy Geisler, the GSA liaison for the transition, pointed out in an email to Trump advisors that the agency would only pay for one location, meaning the correspondence office would be in a West Palm Beach suite or Mara had to be located. See, not both. If the office of the former president determines that the West Palm Beach correspondence office will be the only office to be provided and furnished by the GSA, furniture and other items from the Mar-a-Lago location must be removed from the office. We will convert the existing location into the new location, Geisler wrote to the Trump team in June 2021. The office on North Flagler Drive appears to be the final location of this correspondence office, also known as the former president's office. Trump, who continues to falsely claim he won the 2020 election, does not refer to himself as a former president, and his aides generally avoid that interpretation. Several of its employees, all of whom worked in operations or correspondence roles at the White House, have been seen at the office on North Flagler Drive since it opened in late 2021. According to two people familiar with the office. The set includes Bo Harrison, Molly Michael, and Desiree Thompson. These people said Michael, who no longer works for Trump, was on the payroll of his Save America Political Action Committee from July 2021 to September 2022, a month after the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago for classified documents. A lawyer for Michael did not respond to questions about his work for Trump at the North Flagler Drive office. Harrison was occasionally paid by Save America for early work, a year-end bonus, a base salary, and reimbursement of travel and office expenses, according to the PAC's federal financial disclosures. The last payment was made on August 15, 2022, a week after the Mar-a-Lago raid. Harrison did not respond to a text message from NBC. Young Trump spokesman confirmed Wednesday that Thompson still works for Trump. She remains on Save America's payroll and earns a fee of about $120,000 per year, according to the PAC's most recent filing. Reached briefly by phone Friday, Thompson politely said she would have to refer questions to the office. She didn't call anymore. When the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago in August, on October 8, 2022, a box of Trump White House rosters, including some with secret markings, sat unchecked in a West Palm Beach office, The Guardian reported earlier this year. According to the newspaper, a young assistant who called herself Oasis, receptionist of the United States, had moved the box from a job in Mar-a-Lago to a government-leased office in West Palm Beach when he was staying at the office was in 2022. It was later moved back to Mar-a-Lago along with the schedules and also scanned into a laptop, the newspaper reported, citing two sources familiar with the matter. Oasis is a nickname of Chamberlain Harris, who held the informal title at the end of the Trump administration. One of the people familiar with the office confirmed that he had worked there for a while. Harris did not respond to a text or LinkedIn message, seeking comment about her work at the North Flagler Drive office and whether she had moved the schedule field to Mar-a-Lago. Harris has been on Save America's payroll since July 2021 and on Trump's re-election payroll since December 2022, campaign finance records show. In total, Trump-affiliated political committees paid him $163,000, including travel reimbursements, from July 2021 to June 30, 2023, the latest date for which campaign finance records are available. In late 2022, federal investigators pressured Trump's lawyers to turn over all remaining classified materials in the former president's possession. That led his legal team to hire a private firm to conduct searches at several locations, including the office on North Flagler Drive, according to a person familiar with the investigation. The person said the private team had not discovered any other classified materials. There is no indication that the FBI ever searched the facility for classified documents or other materials belonging to the government under the Presidential Records Act. The FBI and GSA did not respond to requests for comment. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section.